Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I wanted to talk to you today about a campaign idea I had. Years ago, somebody that watched one of my videos asked me to post some stuff about fluff because I tended to post about crunch. I kind of at that time just said, well, you can make your own stuff up. That's personal. But considering a video I had just done about an all-human campaign, I wanted to share, maybe in a two-part series, short videos. What a campaign idea I was working on right before my life kind of turned upside down a few years ago, and I kind of put gaming down for a while. So this is something I never actually ran, but it's a concept. And so I'm going to tell you in this video like what the players know, and then the second video, what's really going on. So here's what's going on, other than anything that's the first adventure, what your city, what is the world really like? What you know is that ages ago, quite some time ago, goblins and humans had a huge war. When I say goblins, I mean goblins, hobgoblins, bugbears, that whole goblinoid thing. Huge war, like almost everybody was wiped out, not just goblins and humans, but all the other races. Almost everybody died. It was that bad. There are ruins of goblin and human cities, off to the east or west or whatever directions you want to make them, where just nobody goes. These are just kind of barren lands at this point. And so it was bad, and nobody's really seen a goblin for the most part. Every once in a while, maybe somebody said that they've seen a goblin. Halflings are incredibly helpful people. Pretty much society is just about humans and halflings at this point. They love people to the point of hero worship. And they're really good at sailing. They'll climb up the ropes. They'll do whatever. They're really good at, climbing up all kinds of things, getting into tight spaces. They just want to be helpful. They love people to death. Gnomes are kind of like leprechauns. Everybody knows, their best friends, uncles, milkmaid, who hits the bottle too much, saw one once. It's really, you've never seen a gnome, but they exist, you think, kind of. Orcs are just pretty much a nuisance. There's, they're just kind of like, little gangs on the outskirts of society, but they're really a nuisance. Every once in a while they kill somebody, but they're a nuisance. It's hard to wipe them out, but they're there. Half orcs are kind of tolerated. There's not a lot of them, and society's pretty racist towards them. So they're kind of miserable people. They're the garbage pickers. So that's what happens with them. Dwarves, everybody's kind of seen a couple dwarves. They're really bitter people. There's some of their merchants and peddlers, and they'll come around and do blacksmithing, but they're not happy at all. Half-elves are kind of a society unto themselves, and they live, in some direction. I think I had them living south, and they're amicable with people. They use magic about as frequent, probably a little bit more frequently than people do, but they're okay, but you don't know that much about them. It's not friendly, it's not unfriendly, they're just kind of neutral. Elves, on the other hand, there's a direction where elves live. Elves hate people. They hate everybody. They especially are, and if you meet an elf, they're usually just a wizard, and you don't want to mess with them because they will zap you, and that's about it. They're just kind of bitter, not bitter. They're just aloof. They don't like people at all. And so what else is going on? I think I covered all the races. What's going on at this point? The game's going to start, and outside of any initial little adventure hooks to get the game rolling, the only thing the players know other than that is there are rumors that there's actually activity from the area of the Goblin Ruins. There's people are actually thinking there might have been seen goblins. They might have attacked something, or somebody mentioned that they saw something that looked like some kind of activity was going on. And this seems kind of unbelievable because as far as anybody knows, they were kind of wiped out. They just but supposedly they've seen goblins. You might actually encounter an elf that says, "Oh, of course that was a goblin. What are you, stupid?" So that's what you know. So what's really going on?